Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to show you how I sharpen the chains on my chainsaw. I used to use this file guide, but not no more. There is a much faster and easier way. For the last couple of years I've been using an electric chainsaw sharpener. This one is called Easy Do, and it's basically the same thing as a Dremel. And it comes with this attachment here and this bit that you can use to sharpen any chain on a chainsaw. Now this tool comes with additional things like brushes in case it goes bad. And I bought some additional bits here, and these are my big ones. These are 7/32 or 5.5 millimeters. I use these bits for my Husqvarna chain. And these are, what are these? All right, these are my 5/32 or 4.0 millimeter. I use this for my Echo. Obviously, all of my chainsaws have different size chains, so you gotta make sure that you get the right bits for your particular chain. So how do you find out what file size to use on your chain? Well, there's three ways. You can use the owner's manual, and I have all the owner's manuals for all of my chainsaws. You can look in the original box and the guide bar. In most cases, here somewhere in the guide bar, it'll tell you exactly what size file to use. Okay, so this is easy to use. Let's say I wanted to change my file bit there. All I have to do is twist this like so and take it out. And then with the tool that came with this, which is right here, you know, just like a Dremel, like I said earlier, you're gonna take this file bit, you take it out, and obviously you put the new one in, and you put this attachment back on, which is very similar to what Dremel also offers. Now, most chains require that you file at a 30-degree angle, and here you have three lines on either side. These are the angles. The first one's going to be 25, and then 30, and then 35. Look at your instruction manual, because even though most of them are 30, some may vary. So I'm ready to start sharpening my chain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this one tooth right here with a black marker. It could be any color you have. And I'm going to start with this side here and work my way around, and then turn it around and work on the other side. Actually, I have the wrong bit here. This is a bigger bit for my Husqvarna. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out real quick and put a new bit in for this particular chainsaw or chain. And here's a new file. This is supposedly diamond coated, yeah. And they do last longer than your other type, which is silver. Put the head back on. And now we are ready. Okay, again, we are going at a 30-degree angle. You probably can't see it, but right there, there's 30. And we're gonna follow that angle. And I'm gonna go back and forth, maybe 4 or 5 times. Now this Easy Do has this on and off switch on the side, and then you can also set up the speed here on the side from 1 to 6, but I normally keep it around 3. You can do yours a little bit faster or slower depending on what you want. So now what I'm going to do is an even number of back and forth motion. So in this case I did 5, and you want to keep them all the same. All right, and this is the last tooth for this side. Now this chain is old. I probably sharpened it about 7 times already, and this should be the last time I sharpen it. As you can see, they're cut quite small, but I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna turn the chainsaw around and I'm gonna do an exact amount of sweeps back and forth on the other side. Now, if you do them a little bit different, obviously the chain, instead of cutting straight up and down, it can go sideways. Now you wanna put the same amount of force that you put on one set of teeth on the other side as well. All right, this chain is done. But what if you don't have an easy do? Let me show you something else. You can also use a Dremel with an attachment like this, a chainsaw sharpening attachment. Let's put this one on. Okay, so this is my larger chainsaw and chain. And yeah, for this one, it's super easy as well. You're just gonna slide it in there. You see, this is a 30-degree angle. There he goes. Just like that, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark this one too. I'm gonna mark it there because this is where I wanna start and work my way back. But what if you needed to take this on the road and sharpen it outside? Well, this is what I'm gonna do. Let's say you're out there on the field somewhere and you wanna take your Dremel or Easy Do on the road. No problem. Especially if you have an outlet like mine. All right, but what if you're on the field out there in the woods somewhere and you have no way to connect this Dremel to a power outlet? What do you do? Well, I'm going to show you the third option. All right, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to take this attachment, take it off from the corded Dremel, and install it on a cordless Dremel. This is the model 8250 12 volt with a 3 amp battery. This is probably their newest model. There it goes, Dremel 8250. This has a very powerful battery. The 8240 has a 2 amp battery. This one has a 3 amp battery, and it will last a very long time. Probably if you're on the field without any electricity, any power, this is definitely the best way to go. And it's quiet too. That's the speed button right there. There we go. Let's turn this chainsaw around to the other side. And that's it. So there we go, guys. I gave you 3 options. The fastest and easiest ways that I found to sharpen chains on a chainsaw. I started using this one first, the Easy Do. I believe this is under 50 bucks. I'll put it on the screen. I'll put the price on the screen, and I'm also gonna link it below. I got this on Amazon. And obviously, if you already have a Dremel like this one, just get the attachment, the chainsaw sharpening attachment. This attachment was about 30 bucks, but it's well worth it. If you already have this, you don't have to buy anything else other than this, okay? And last, this is their cordless tool. This is their model number 8250. They also have an 84 or 8240. This is 12 volts, 3 amp battery, and their older models have a 2 amp battery. This is more powerful. This one cost $150. However, if you get a discount, a 10% discount like I do, a military discount at Lowe's or Home Depot, then it's 135 bucks. Back to this regular Dremel. I don't know how much it costs. I'm sure I bought it for under $100 like 15, 20 years ago, but I'll put the price on the screen too. I mean, obviously they have newer models now. This is about 20 years old, but it still works like a champ. I stopped using the manual saw or file because it takes a long time. It takes a really long time, and with the electric saws, it's super, super fast. I mean, this is definitely still a great way to do it, but I now prefer the cordless, especially if you're going out on the field. Now, if you are going out to a forest or to some field, obviously you're not gonna have any power out there. So I do recommend buying 2 batteries and charge them both before you go out there. And these bits, they're good for about, I'm gonna take a wild guess right now, maybe 8 to 10 sharpenings. Then after that, they wear down, and then you have to replace it. Hear that? Yeah. I usually leave them at about half speed. As you saw on the other 2, number 3, which is about half. And yeah, I love this one. And this one's gonna make my life a lot easier, especially if I go out on the field to somebody's property or woods or what have you, and I need to sharpen the chainsaw, this is the one. But if you're looking for something reliable, very, very cheap, then probably the Easy Do. I'm pretty sure this is under 50 bucks. And it's the same, it has the same functions as a Dremel. And I'm gonna leave all of these linked below, and hopefully you can use some of this information to help you in your project. Oh, and by the way, today is what, Thursday, October 31st. Normally at this time of year, I will see a lot of snow on the ground, but not this year. And the temperature, you're not gonna believe this. Temperature right now is 73. It's a heat wave. I'm not kidding. 73. I've never seen 73 degrees at this time of year, whether here or when I lived in Jersey. I guess that global warming is a real thing, so I'm all for it. Maybe sometime in the future I'll be planting beans outside in November and December. You never know. All right, guys, with that, you all have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. I'll see you mañana. Bye. Oh, and one more thing. For those of you that have chainsaws, put in the comments below, how do you sharpen your chains? What tools do you use? And what type of chainsaws do you have? All right, bye.